chalk up another unanimous vote against Obama on his presidency scorecard. Along with Obama's other goose egg decisions like the vote on his budget and the Supreme Court's rebuke against his executive power grab, Obama has now earned a 100-0 vote against his Iran deal. The vote was for an amendment authored by Senator Mark Kirk of Illinois on a larger piece of legislation that forbids Iran from producing a nuclear weapon. The amendment immediately restores sanctions against Iran should they fail to comply. Early on, Democrats wanted to block the amendment, but in the end, every single one voted for it, including partisan hacks like Harry Reid and Chuck Schumer, or even the crazies like Al Franken and Elizabeth Warren. John Boehner explains his skepticism about any deal.
I just don't understand why we would sign an agreement with a group of people who, in my opinion, have no intention of keeping their word. The sanctions were working. They would have never come to the table. And frankly, we should have kept the sanctions in place so that we could have gotten to a real agreement. And the sanctions are going to come, and they're going to come quick. I had serious doubts over the last year whether there could be an agreement. I still have serious doubts. We've got a regime that's never quite kept their word about anything.
Mr. Boehner, not only are we dealing with a regime that's never quite kept their word about anything, but Iran is lying too. Boehner said the sanctions have been working and should have been kept in place. He also tries to reassure us that sanctions will be reinstated quickly if Iran breaks the deal, which is likely. Former Secretary of Defense and CIA Director Leon Panetta understands this.
One thing I've learned both at the CIA and as Secretary of Defense is that the Iranians can't be trusted. And it's for that reason that we've taken strong steps to make sure that they are not trying to do something in secret.
But for some reason, Obama can't grasp it. Fortunately, the Senate understands the threat, but unfortunately, Obama is the president, and his plan is to go around Congress and bring his deal with Iran to the UN. Why would a sitting American president circumvent the people's representatives to assist an enemy of the United States and our ally Israel in obtaining a nuclear weapon? You know the answer, folks. He's on their side. Thanks for listening, and be sure to catch the weekly Ray Winter Show and subscribe on iTunes or at therayWintershow.com.